Hey guys, it's another week and today I'm going to be sharing my morning routine with you, and if you follow these steps, or at least the key ones, I promise that you're going to feel much more awake during the day, you're not going to have a midday crash, and also you're going to sleep a lot better at night, so stay tuned. In the morning, I like to wake up to my sunrise alarm clock, which basically replicates a warm light like the sun rising. This isn't really a key feature, it's not going to make a huge difference to how awake you feel, that bit comes later, but I prefer it this way rather than like a really loud, obnoxious iPhone alarm or something like that. But basically it starts brightening from 6:30 a.m. and by 7 a.m. it's full brightness, and somewhere in that window I'll get out of bed. One thing which I make a big effort not to do at any point during my morning routine is check my phone, go on social media, do anything like that. Not even check notifications. And that's not really an essential part to feeling more awake, but it will definitely make you feel better in the sense that you're not exposing yourself to so much stimuli, so much, social media that's probably just going to make you feel worse in the morning. So I definitely recommend just leaving your phone out of your morning routine and checking it later on. Next, once I'm out of bed, I get myself over to the bathroom and go through my morning skincare routine as quickly as possible. That will be another video at some point if you're interested, but we'll leave that out of here for now. It's not an essential part of the morning routine. And after that, I get changed into some comfortable warm clothes because it's pretty cold over here in London, especially this time of year. And I put on a waterproof jacket because you never know what the weather's going to be like. This next part of the morning routine is the real game changer. This is the step that's really going to make a difference to how groggy you feel in the morning, how awake you feel throughout the day, and also how well you sleep or how quickly you fall asleep at night. So what is this magic wake-up tool, I hear you ask? And it's actually just a simple 30-minute walk as soon as possible after you wake up. Now, it's important that the sun has started to rise when you go on this walk, otherwise it's not really going to help you. Because the point of this is actually to get as much sunlight into your eyes as possible in order to basically trigger a response that your body has where it starts to release cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which is what actually wakes you up. Now, lots of other YouTubers, including Andrew Huberman, really go into a lot of detail about this scientifically, which I'm not going to go into here. But it's definitely a real thing, it's pretty well backed up by the science, and I promise you'll feel the effects of this if you do it for just a few days. So essentially you want to go on this 30-minute walk and try and make sure you're actually in contact with the sun, so not in like a really tree-covered area or in between dense buildings. I like to get myself over to the park where I know the sun's going to be hitting me. And this is really going to trigger your body into like a wake-up mode where it releases the cortisol, the stress hormone that makes you feel awake in the morning. I can't emphasize enough how key this part is to actually making you feel awake faster in the morning and throughout the day. And the moment you trigger this response, after that your body will start releasing adenosine. Editor me stepping in for a second. I'm about to call adenosine a hormone, which it's not. It's just an organic chemical compound. Doesn't make much of a difference to the video, but just thought I'd make that correction in case any of you are about to throw a hissy fit out there. But back to the video, which is a hormone which essentially builds up the longer you're awake and starts to make you feel tired. And about 12 to 13 hours after that initial wake up or cortisol release during your walk, you'll start to feel tired enough to actually fall asleep, which is why you'll sleep better at night as well. Okay, so that was the key part of the morning routine. Once I get home, I like to eat breakfast, so I'll make myself a bowl of granola in yogurt. It's quite a healthy breakfast, high in protein, especially if you're gymming like myself. Then of course, it's bulking season, so I like to have a 3-egg omelette as well. Not sure if you can call it an omelette because I'm pretty terrible at making them, but at least I try.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Oh, and most importantly, I have a glass of chocolate milk because I'm such a child. So you're probably thinking at this point, what's this guy doing? Where's the caffeine at? How are you going to feel awake during the day if you haven't had a coffee in the morning? And this is actually another key part to the morning routine, which is don't drink coffee until about 2 hours after you've gone on that half-an-hour morning walk. Hold up, before you click off this video, let me at least get a chance to explain why. I'm going to attempt to explain the science behind this, even though I'm probably going to get half of it wrong. But anyway, let's give it a go. So in the morning, like we said, after you've woken up, your body will start accumulating adenosine, which is that hormone which makes you feel tired enough to sleep at night. And the thing that caffeine does is it blocks the receptors that detect the adenosine. So if you drink coffee first thing when you wake up in the morning, then your body won't actually detect the adenosine that's starting to build up. And then once the caffeine's worn off, maybe somewhere in the middle of the day, your body will suddenly, those receptors will suddenly detect all of that adenosine, and you'll feel much more tired than you would have otherwise. So it's actually quite important, or at least you might want to try this, to avoid caffeine until about 2 hours after you've woken up, or 2 hours after you've gone on that morning walk. And trust me, you'll feel a lot better throughout the day this way. Of course, you don't want to drink caffeine too late in the day either, because then you won't sleep. I'd say as a rule of thumb, try not to drink any coffee after about 1:30 or 2 p.m. This is all very person specific though. Some people can drink coffee at night and still sleep perfectly well, but I wouldn't really recommend that for most people. So that's my morning routine. One more thing that you might want to try is having a glass of water first thing when you get out of bed before that morning walk, just because it makes you feel more awake, sort of refreshes you as well, especially since some people can get slightly dehydrated during the night. But other than that, that was the morning routine. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then definitely leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Hit the notification bell below as well. Thanks, and see you next week.